Alright. Hey there everybody, and I'm going to do a Let's Play today of Portal 2. And I gotta admit, I have played this through before, but it's been a while, so I'm not totally fluid at it. In fact, it's been a few months. So there's probably a few of these that I probably will have forgotten entirely. So it'll be a fairly quick run, but there might be a few that take a while extra.
There's a framed painting on the wall. Please go stand in front of it. This is art. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, stare at the art. You should now feel mentally reinvigorated. If you suspect staring at art has not provided the required
Okay, then.
sustenance, reflect briefly on this classical music.
Unfortunately, these early parts of the game are a tad bit slow.
Turn to your bed.
So they get you reacquainted with your controls. But at least they drop you into the story fairly quick, if not the gameplay. Alright. Let's see. Just like that. You're right into the story. I do like that a lot.
Good, looking good actually. Are you okay? Are you? Don't answer that. I'm
But
fine. There's plenty
you do have to deal with a lot of exposition before you get to the actual puzzles and such. But yeah, it's all part of an amazing story. If you have never played this game, it is absolutely worth picking up. Especially if you haven't played either of the portals. What are you doing here? Go get the portal yourself, go play it. It's amazing. I mean, the Source engine has always been a really good physics engine, and it's given us a lot of great games, but nothing like Portal. You take first-person shooter-based system, and you make a puzzle game out of it that pretty much defies space-time physics. It's
Just tell me, just say yes.
quite an interesting paradigm, actually, and
you just jumped. But never mind. Say apple. Apple. Okay, you know what? That's close enough. Just hold tight.
it is pretty funny that you're not allowed to talk, and so the only way you get to communicate with Wheatley is by just jumping a few times, and it actually kind of makes him assume that you're a bit of an idiot.
I wasn't going to mention this to you, but I'm in pretty hot water here. How you doing down there? You still holding on?
One thing I do love about Source is how everything is very well affected in gravity, like
Hold on. This is a bit
all this garbage in the corner here. Far as I can tell from my playthroughs, this is not
Why should I be kept
totally scripted. Some things are, like what panels break, of course, but
Can you see?
like where each little piece falls, not necessarily scripted. And then if you play things like Counter-Strike Source, well, they've changed it since it started. They've just made it so that when you kill someone, they just disappear on the spot, just to keep the battlefield clear and more tournament play style things. But when they started out, it was perfect ragdoll, and if you've played Half-Life 2 and then the subsequent 2 episodes that got tacked onto it, their ragdoll is amazing. And then they took this system and they improved on it even further, and they come out with Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I can only imagine what they did. Haven't had a chance to play it yet. Counter-Strike isn't exactly my game, but I can only imagine how amazing they made it.
I think this is a docking station. Get ready.
It's amazing what has become of this game since the first Portal was basically just a technical exercise to see if it could be done. I mean, it was more or less sponsored by Valve, I guess you could say, but it was the brainchild of someone, if I remember right, not part of the company, and it was included in the orange box as just kind of a little extra along with their full games, if you will. and it was to pretty much give you just you know, a little bit more for your money, and it's somehow I say it as if it's mysteriously, it became like the most popular part of the game package practically, and so the producers at Valve decided that they were going to make a sequel, and that they were going to devote a lot more time and effort into making a big full story. And the result was this awesomeness. And you know, they took the entire concept of portals and, you know, the way you can navigate and all that stuff, and then they just added so much more. You know, like you'll see later, the different gels you have to use. That's one of the coolest things I think that come into this version. And I'll be pausing between these elevator scenes just to try and save you some time. On to testing.
And apply immediate pressure to your temples. You are simply experiencing a rare reaction in which the material emancipation grill may have emancipated the...
Once again, like they did in the first Portal, you'll see they don't actually give you your portal gun. So you kind of have to just make do with what they give you for a little bit. It only lasts, I think it's like 2, maybe 3 chambers before they give you something. Whereas in the first game, which has been even longer since I played, I seem to remember it took you like 8 or 10 rooms before they let you have the one half of the portal gun, and then like another 5 or 6 before they let you have the fully functional version.
Currently governed by a manner of animal king, sentient cloud, or other governing body that either refuses to or is incapable of...
You gotta admire the odd sort of, I suppose not quite dialogue, but, oh wow, I thought there was even another test between when we got the first portal gun. Anyways, yeah, it's not quite dialogue, but whatever the computer's telling you at the time is just funny. They say stuff that sounds, you know, like official and everything, but it's laced with just awkward phrases, and you have to wonder why would they say something like that. It just makes it fun.
Some emergency testing may require prolonged interaction with lethal military androids. Rest assured that all lethal military androids have been taught to read and provided with 1 copy of the Laws of Robotics.
See, it's stuff like that. Talking about military androids being taught to read and given a copy of the Laws of Androids, it's weird. Okay, now we can actually resume normal testing with at least half of a portal gun. And there's where they, of course, crank up the smooth jazz for who knows what reason. They do all kinds of random things in the name of quote-unquote science, and it's weird. It almost makes you think that the entire experience is halfway a joke. Honestly, it's kind of a part of the charm of the game. Really is how strange and funny they make everything. Especially when you get taken into the deep bowels of Aperture later on in this particular game, and you get to experience all the weird things that the original Aperture owner says. Cave Johnson, he's very odd. It's funny.
If the Enrichment Center is currently being bombarded with fireballs, meteorites, or other objects from space, please avoid unsheltered testing areas wherever a lack of shelter from space debris
does
not appear to be a deliberate part of the test.
Yeah, I've done this quite a lot over the past few days, and it's, you know, just trying to prepare, practice, whatever you will, to make a Let's Play, and every time I get here, I actually, for a moment, forget what I have to do. Sad as that is. And there's that. You have no idea how many attempts that took me. The first time I ever reached this room, I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do in the slightest. A little bit embarrassed by that, I'm not gonna lie. Onwards we go.
Principles of momentum to movement through portals. If the laws of physics no longer apply in the future, God help you.
Just, yeah, it makes a difference when you practice a little bit. Even so, like I said, it takes me a little bit to remember, you know, quite what I'm doing. I've never been as slow as that first time, but it always takes me a second when I walk into one of the test chambers to figure out what they wanted me to do.
If you are a non-employee who has discovered this facility amid the ruins of civilization, welcome.
It's nicer when they string a few of these together.
And the future starts with you.
Let's see, which of these was I supposed to... Oh, that's right. Whoops. Good thing I can see something from up there. That's not normal for me. I gotta admit, that was... Oh wow, that was a big lapse in judgment. I don't know what I was doing. Woohoo! This was one of my favorite parts during the first portal, is the way you maintain that momentum, and when you fall onto one down and then you fly off the other side. It was one of my favorite parts of learning how to use portals the first time around.
Good work getting this far, future starter. That said, if you are simple-minded, old, or irradiated in such a way that the future should not see power remains for...
Back to what I was saying. It's nicer when they string a few test chambers together, because when you only get to go through one room before you get sent, you know, through the elevator, and it takes you literally like under 30 seconds to get through the room. You feel a little bit cheated to be presented with that many loading screens, but once you get into the deeper bowels of the facility, it's a little bit better.
Or I would die. But we're out of options here, so get ready to catch me. All right, on the off chance that
Wheatley, such an entertaining character. They picked such a great voice actor for him.
Ready?
Gotta say, Stephen Merchant is an awesome voice actor. He's a funny actor too, and even when he's not acting, he just has such an entertaining voice. His accent is just fun. And he's really good friends with Ricky Gervais. If you've never seen the Ricky Gervais show, I recommend it. It's on HBO. And basically, it's him and Ricky making fun of their friend Carl, who just says the most ridiculous things. And
I'm not joking. Could you just turn around for a second?
And of course, you have to turn around so that he'll open up the door, because apparently a robot can be shy. Entertaining concept, really, is how much personality these robots have. Robots. I mean, really.
Just follow the rail, actually. Oh no.
The ever-present turrets.
No, thanks, we're good.
The turrets get really fun. Even the turrets get some fun personality. There's defective ones that are hilarious later on.
Probably ought to bring you up to speed on something right now. In order to escape,
They start the whole escape thing a lot earlier in this particular episode. I mean, it took you like minimum halfway through the first portal to start to think, oh, I'm in trouble, I need to escape. And here they're like, oh, you've been playing for a total of 10 minutes, you need to escape again.
Do you know who ended up taking her down in the end? You're not going to believe this. A human. I know, I wouldn't have believed either. Apparently this human escaped and nobody's seen him since. Then there was a sort of long... Ah! Oh, still held. Still being held. That's a great job. You've applied the grit. We're all fine. That's... Ah! I just looked down. I do not recommend it. Oh, I've done it again.
This is where it gets back into a bunch of exposition again. So, not a whole lot of play action, but it's obviously important to the story. One of the things I do like about Wheatley, and yet is also annoying about him, is just how much he just talks about stuff. He'll beat around the bush for ages trying to get to what he actually wants to say, and it's funny, and then
He's quoting God. Oh, turning.
It's amazing. He'll say something that is so, like, anti-human or something like that, and then he'll say something like that. I was quoting God.
Okay, no, don't worry. I've got it. This should slow it down. No, makes it go faster. Uh-oh.
Power up initiated.
So he mocks humans, or he makes something that's like against humans or something like that, and makes it pretty clear that a robot wouldn't believe in religion or something, and then he says he's quoting God as factually as can be. Oh no, you can't escape, and GLaDOS is coming back to life.
Wait, did I do big? Did you start writing these down?
Power up complete.
Okay.
I find it odd that she can even be reassembled. I thought she was absolutely shredded at the end of the first episode.
It's you.
You know her?
So much contempt in a computer's voice, isn't it great?
How have you been? I've been really busy being dead. You know, after you murdered me.
You did what? Ah. Oh no! No! Oh no! Ah.
Okay, look, we both said a lot of things that you're going to regret. But I think we can put our differences behind us. For science. You monster.
Oh man.
I
Unfortunately,
will say, though, that since you went to all the trouble of waking me up,
as
you
much
must
as
really,
she,
really love to test.
yeah, that's
I love
the
it too.
phrase.
There's just one small thing we need to take care of first.
She says that very ominous thing, and the first thing when that happened, it was a little bit, not gonna lie, because I thought I was being dropped into an incinerator with no escape, and I was really confused about that in the first act of this game. Think about how this actually was the incinerator. This is only if you did play the first Portal, by the way. But this is the pit to the incinerator that you used to kill the parts of her that you knocked off in the first Portal.
Here we are.
And,
The
like,
incinerator
look
room.
at it.
Be careful not to trip
It's
over
like
any
it-
parts of me that didn't get completely
Like,
burned.
look how far you had to throw something just to get the incinerator. It's
The
kind of
little
funny when you
portal
look at
device
it.
should be around here somewhere. Once you find it, we can
I
start
gotta admit,
testing
even
it
though there's,
inside there.
those leg implants they give you, you just fell like a couple thousand feet, it seemed, and you just hit the ground. No big deal. I mean, even with those leg implants, that seems like it'd be a little bit dangerous, honestly. Little bit.
Luckily, we haven't started testing yet. This will be our only chance to talk. Do you know the biggest lesson I learned from what you did? I discovered I have a sort of black box quick save feature. In the event of a catastrophic failure, the last 2 minutes of my life are preserved for analysis. I was able. well,
Yeah, as it said that, I just totally forgot what I was doing. Oh, right, of course.
And again, forever. You know, if you'd done that to somebody else, they might devote their existence to exactly
Okay.
that. Luckily, I'm a bigger person than that. I'm happy to put this all behind us and get back to work.
Unfortunately, that whole haven't played this game in a while is creeping up on me again, and I'm actually forgetting the simple direction in which to go.
But the important
Little
thing is
bit
that
disappointed in myself, not gonna lie.
now I'm on to all your little tricks.
Like, I can understand forgetting a couple details on a puzzle, but forgetting a general direction?
Rest of your life.
Sorry guys, that's just
After that,
disappointing.
Who knows?
And right there, we're already at the second chapter. Or act, or however you want to put it. So, yeah, I'm going to call it right there. And we'll get back to playing some of this in a bit. I'll see you guys next time.